Welcome to Queer Conversations. I'm your host, Gia Verdi TV. I'm here every Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST. Queer Conversations, sharing LGBTQ stories. And my guest today is none other than Karen Prescod, also known as the Bowtie Girl.
Girl.
How you say it?
Girl.
Yes. Okay. So, welcome to Queer Conversations.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, actually. Had a good day.
Good. So, let's start with your Trinidadian.
I'm Trini to the bone.
Trini. So, what was it like growing up there?
Man, actually, really awesome. It's hot all the time in Trinidad, and
Yes.
I was a little tomboy.
Okay, I can imagine.
I love climbing the trees. I miss climbing the mango trees, sometimes scaling the coconut trees. Now, I'm talking about Trinidad, and you see what happening?
Your accent came out. I'm like, hold on. I'm Jamaican, so I can understand it, but we want to make sure
I kind of slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I heard it. Yes.
Going to the beach every day.
Wow, you live near the ocean?
I live near the ocean.
Okay,
Walk
that's
to the beach
beautiful.
every day from a child, 7 years old,
Oh my
as I
God.
can remember.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
So, what was it like being a tomboy in Trinidad? Did people care?
Not as a tomboy. Nobody cared about that.
Good. Yeah.
As a tomboy, nobody cared about that.
About that,
Yeah.
yes. So let me welcome everybody who's tuning in. You're watching Queer Conversations. Please ask questions. Share this video. Like this page. This is Very GTV. Please like this page. We have many people who keep tuning in. We thank you. Please share it with your friends. Everybody, please keep tuning in. David saying, G was a tomboy as well. Yes, I was very much a tomboy. Climbing the ackee tree, sometimes I'm afraid to come back down because I climbed like a cat. So high up, I'm like, I don't know if I could make it back down. But playing what we call football, which Americans call soccer, playing football outside, and definitely dressing like a boy and everything. Greetings, thanks for joining us, Carly and Tiffany. Hey, thank you everyone for joining.
Hi,
we have with
everyone.
us today Karen Prescod, who's also the Bowtie Girl. And we're going to talk about that. So thank you for joining us, everybody. And so what was it like? Like, I don't know at what point you came out. Did you come out when you're in Trinidad, in America? What was it like for you coming out? Like, do you have a grand story? You just like started living? What did you do? Tell us a little bit.
Well, yeah, I have a grand story,
Yes.
but I have one of those stories where, I didn't come out to my mom. My mom knew, and I guess she was watching it over the period of years, because I had a girlfriend at age 13.
What?
Yes.
In Trinidad? Yeah.
Trinidad,
Yeah,
yes, age
nice.
13.
Girlfriend at 13. That's good. Yeah.
But actually at age 18 is when my mom really actually noticed, because from at that age, I think she found some letters.
Okay.
She didn't tell me anything, and I was going out every weekend. Every Sunday I had a date with my girlfriend to go to the movies. In Trinidad they had the movies, there was one movie theater.
Okay.
And every Sunday I had a date. And when we had outings, I would invite her. I spent a lot of time with her. And my mom got curious, and she sent my aunt to find out
What's going on.
Yeah. And knowing me, I always just tell the truth. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you the truth, right?
Good.
So I told my aunt the truth, and she told my mom, and my mom never brought it up.
Okay.
But the next week, I went out again, and I called her this time because it was my girlfriend's birthday at the time, and I asked her to spend the night, and she says, yeah, that's fine, no problem.
Okay.
But when I came back home, it was a problem.
Oh no! Wow!
When I came back home, my mom actually asked me to leave.
Oh,
So,
sorry to hear.
yeah, and it was okay.
Yeah.
She's in a different place right now. She's grown a lot,
Great.
which is really, really awesome. In fact, when marriage equality was official, she called me. I didn't even hear the news. She heard the news before me.
Oh,
She called
wow.
to congratulate
What?
me. So
Yes,
yeah,
it
there's
just
some
takes
growth.
time.
Yeah,
It takes time.
yeah.
That's fine, So I'm glad that your mom, was able to get there. It takes time, So it was something different. But big up for being a teenager
Right?
and dating. So you didn't date boys and so on?
I did boys. Back then you kind of know. I knew I was attracted to women.
Right.
Didn't know what that was about. And then you're dating the guys because you're kind of hiding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's you're going to church. You're Christian.
Okay, so
And
you had to. It was a little discreet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of had to do that live. But when at age 18, when my mom called me out, that was it. It was over.
Yeah. But then fast forward, she's okay.
Yes,
right?
she's okay. Fast forward.
And now you're engaged to be married to a woman. To your, yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I know she's going to be joining us. Big up.
Yeah,
to,
amazing.
To Mrs. The Bowtie Girl.
Listen, when I first met her, she said to me, I don't want to be Karen's girlfriend or Karen's wife.
Okay.
I want to be Tracy Taylor, Karen's girlfriend or Karen's wife. So
okay.
Tracy Taylor.
Big up Tracy.
And then
Taylor.
she's my wife or fiance
right now.
afterwards.
Okay.
So let's clarify
she wants
that,
her,
right?
Yes, yeah.
She wants her own identity.
I understand that.
She deserves
yes.
that.
Yeah. My girlfriend has that too. She's like, she wants her own identity, which, you know, excuse me. She doesn't just...
Well, Tracy does have her own identity, so she wanted to be clear about that up front.
Hold on. David, look, we have something that's on our screen. I don't know if you can help me. Just like touch. I'm scared to touch the phone. But yes, so I like that. So Tracy does have her own identity, and she wants to maintain it. And my girlfriend, I guess I should say her name, wants one to know. She has her own identity. So, So okay, so congratulations to you and Tracy. And now you have this bow tie line, and I have to congratulate you too, because I get the pre-bow, pre-tied, I'm going to confess. I haven't done what you're doing. I know I should. I've been wearing bow ties for a few years now, but I get those. But I can tell, like, you're tying them. Now, tell us a little bit about what took you to decide to start a bow tie line, and a little bit about the company, what you're doing.
So, I've always wanted to, I grew up in Trinidad, and I became we call it seamstress, right?
Okay.
Dressmaker and design.
Ah.
And really, I always wanted to have my own fashion line. But life took me in a different path into leadership, into management, the corporate America. And I started doing a lot of meditation, and one day someone asked me, if you had to choose one thing, and you could choose anything you want to do in this world, what would it be? And I'm like, wow, I would have my line.
Oh, nice.
And so last year in March, I wore a bow tie for the first time, and the bow tie girl got stuck on me.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a nice catch, right?
Yes.
So November of last year, I decided, you know what? Let's make that the company, the Bow Tie Girl. It's a nice ring, it sticks. Nice. And let's start with bow ties. Good. And really, for me, the bow tie is not about just wearing the bow tie, but it's how the bow tie makes you feel. Right. Because you put it on, you feel like very handsome. You feel handsome. You feel confident. You feel confident. Yeah, it is. You feel powerful. Yes. You know, your chest kind of pops out a little bit, right? Something? Yeah. Yes. I definitely know that feeling. And it definitely, you feel sexy too. Yeah, so very sexy. Yeah. So how about the bow tie makes you feel? Yeah. So I'm a bow tie girl because I'm confident. Yeah. Why are you a bow tie girl? Right? Yeah. Tell us why you're a bow tie girl. If you wear bow ties, or if you want to wear bow ties. So how do people get it, like access? Do you have a website or a page, or where? So I'm working on building the website currently right now because I'm still working out some themes. But you can get me on Instagram, the Bow Tie Girl. Girl is spelled with a U. Okay. And on Facebook, the Bow Tie Girl. Okay, so the bow tie and then GURL. Yes. So check it out. So people are able to purchase from you now? Yes, you can purchase from me now. I'm doing a lot of custom work right now. Okay, good. A lot of one-of-a-kinds and limited editions, so definitely can purchase from me. That's great. I love it. So let me ask you this. How do you identify in terms of gender and in terms of like, you always ask people, it's LGBTQ, which is lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, gender, and queer. How do you identify, like, in terms of your gender? I know you're a woman and you identify as a woman, but do you identify gender non-conforming, non-binary, a woman, a stud, a butch? Do you have, like... I usually tell people I identify as Karen Prescod. Okay, yeah. So I identify as me. As you. Okay, that works. And I'm wondering, when I saw the name Prescod, I wonder if it was Prescott and the accent got the D? No, it's actually Prescod. Prescod with a D. Yes. Okay, yeah. And say all Prescods are related. Okay, so you have that name in Trinidad? Yes. Okay, because I've heard the name Prescott, TT at the end. They say they're related too. Okay. But Trinidad, Barbados, it's kind of Jamaica, you'll find it too. Okay, yeah, nice. Well, if you have any questions, please ask them. If you see any questions, please let us know. And I know you do a lot, so we talk about some more things that you do. Yes, I do. Yeah, it's the Caribbean people. I don't know if it's, or this do so much. I mean, I do a lot. I know you do a lot. So
You are involved in the Greater Chamber of Fort Lauderdale.
Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce.
Greater. Say it again.
Greater Fort
Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce. Yes, yes. And we actually were together. I spoke on a panel for the Women's Council
of the Greater Fort Lauderdale.
Of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce.
It's a tongue twister.
Yes, yes. So yeah, and that was great. We spoke about gender inequality in the workplace and in our society. So it was good.
It was good. Why gender inclusion makes good business sense.
Right. Yeah. So that was good. Really good topic.
Sold out. It was sold out.
Yeah, congrats. It was a great turnout. People were on the edge of their seats. They wanted to participate, and they had their questions and comments and so on.
Awesome.
Do you have a question there from our student audience?
Absolutely.
Tell us.
I was just wondering, because I do not know enough about Trinidad, but I was wondering, how is it compared to Jamaica? In Jamaica, tend to be very homophobic. Is it the same because of the Christianity background, or is it different? How is acceptance dealt with in Trinidad, if you don't mind?
So Trinidad did have laws against homosexuals, and actually that law just passed right the Bowtie. Yes, just recently. They have some type of homophobic, but not as bad as Jamaica.
Yeah.
So although they have laws, nobody really pays attention to the laws. Nobody follows the laws. I mean, nobody's been arrested, charged with anything, and nobody really bothers you. I know when I go home, nobody bothers me. So Jamaica, a different story.
Yeah. So you know the violence. Like, are you comfortable? That's a great question. Thank you, David. Are you comfortable to walk and hold hands with a woman?
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
It's fine. Nobody. And what about for men? Can men do that? Is it like?
Men do it, but people seem to be a little more forgiving with women than they are with men. So.
Okay, yeah, that's similarly so too. That is a great question. So we're talking about your activities in the chamber. This is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Let's see here. I'm so mad I can't get to participate the way I want to on the road using data. Oh, sorry. No, that's fine. Carlene is one of our frequent watchers, always tuning in. And, so thank you. So when you can still, I know you want to participate live, which is great, but you can still ask some questions. We'll come back and answer questions. And we're here every Tuesday. So, yes. And then Tracy Taylor.
Yes, I see my baby on. Hi, honey.
Hey. She says here, I am a Bowtie girl because it makes me feel inspired and sexy.
Ooh,
yeah.
You are sexy.
Yeah, look at that.
Inspired.
Yes, I love that. I love that. So yeah, anybody wants to share? Oh, that's maybe what Carlene said. She wants to say why. So anybody wants to share at any point why you're a Bowtie girl, or if you like girls in bow ties. you can share that as well. Okay, any questions, please, you can ask, and we're going to ask, take a look to make sure we see your questions. So the chamber, when did you get involved? And tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I got involved in the chamber in 2014.
Okay.
There's a whole backstory to that. I have no problem sharing.
Okay. Good.
I dove into the chamber because I was out of work for a while due to some disability.
Okay,
and I dove into the chamber because I wasn't working since 2009. 2009, and I started back in 2014 to work, and I was just working part-time, and I was doing health insurance, and I started health insurance because I believe in the product.
Good.
Because I needed to use it myself.
Right.
And having the health insurance, I realized, man, if I didn't have this, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's something. So I decided I wanted to sell health insurance and educate people. And I dove into the LGBT community. That's actually my niche.
Okay, great. And I'm going to just jump in to say that I met you at Thou Art Woman in November,
yes.
And I saw you do health insurance, and Karen helped me get my health insurance for me and my family, so thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so go ahead to your
business.
Oh yeah, my pleasure for sure, yes.
So I dove into the chamber. Part of that was, by nature, I'm an introvert. And that was tough for me.
Mm.
But I challenge myself every time to go out, because how else I'm going to work my business, right? Worse than being an introvert, I don't like being on the phone, cold calling, so I'd rather do something face-to-face and build a relationship and allow people to get to know me and my story as to why I do what I do, because to me that's what's important, and why you want to do business with me. So I dove into the chamber, and shortly after that, I was asked to serve on the GLBX board, the Gay and Lesbian Business Exchange Board.
Okay, great.
I served on that 2014, 2015. I was asked to chair for 2016, so I co-chaired 2015. In 2016, I became the chair for the Gay and Lesbian Business Exchange of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, congrats. This is great growth.
Yeah. Yes. So I thought I was taking a break. They wanted me to chair for 2017. I said, no, take a little break because I wanted to focus on my 501c3.
Okay, good. We'll talk about that.
Yes. Yeah. And I was nominated to bring the Women's Council alive again. So during that process, I served as on the executive board committee. Currently, I serve on the nominating committees for the chamber, government committees. So just a couple things through the chamber.
Okay.
But more, what I do is I do a lot of community outreach.
Great.
I use that voice and my presence and my leadership to really get into the community and really truly try to give back and
great.
help and empower.
If people want to join, why not give it a little plug to the chamber, right? People to join.
Yes.
Where would they go to get involved?
FTLchamber.com. That's FTLchamber.com.
And thank you, big up to Nikki Lopez, who's doing our some of the production behind the scenes, putting in that link. Thank you. And she says, I like wearing a tie every purple moon, but also love seeing women in ties and bow ties. So dapper and sexy. Thank you. Bow ties can also be a pop of fun incorporated into an outfit. Yeah, that's so true. And I actually saw you. I don't know if you remember how we met, because we were at Artopia GLBX event,
That's
right?
correct.
And I saw you. Were you wearing a bow tie?
Yes.
Yes. And I didn't know you, but I said, I don't even think I had a Thou Art Woman flyer. I think I just said, you got to look it up, you got to come, and then you did.
Yes.
So I saw you, and I said, this person, this looks like they would enjoy this, So
yes, we did. It was really, really an amazing event.
Yes, so glad you guys, and that we're connected now, which is good.
Yeah, and in fact, actually, one of your sweetness.
Yes.
I actually reached out to you and I used sweetness. And,
good for an event.
Excuse me, that's my seat.
Okay, big up to Sweetness. She's a teenage phenom, poet, amazing. So she performed in November at Thou Art Woman, and then you hired her to perform at an event.
Yes, excuse me, that's my seat we had in March, which was
wonderful.
Really, she actually opened. So people were on their feet, so it was awesome.
Yeah, she's dynamic.
Yeah, she really is.
Let's go back a little bit, because you talked about that you're a health insurance agent, and I wonder if you want to share for people. I don't know if it depends on the time of year. I know I hit you up just before December 31st, and now we're in April, but still, like, suppose someone is like watching this and you need to be, this is in Florida? Or just for Florida?
I'm actually licensed in quite a few states, Florida, Texas, Arizona, Georgia, quite a few states.
Okay, so how would people get more information about that? I know you have your bow tie line, people know. Chamber people know. What about people like, wow, I would like to actually get some information and get on board with my health insurance. What do they do?
You can go to my website of plh.life.
We got Nikki working overtime over there. Yeah, but that's great. Thank you.
Also reach me at 888-231-8880.
You might have to repeat that, but let's see. Hold on. You got the website, Nikki?
Yeah, hold on.
Let's see.
What was the number? 888-231-8880.
I saw, so for anybody who's interested in learning more about health insurance or getting health insurance if they don't have health insurance, contact Karen. So you got a lot of things. You want the bow ties, right? And then I know that you also do, and let's see if there's any questions there. Will we see someone here, Dee Greenberg, saying she loves the ties. Yes, yeah, great ties. Yeah, at some point maybe, so here we got for health insurance. Maybe at some point you show me how to do the tie. I'll get a tie, you show me how to do the tie?
That's one of the things I want to really focus on is teaching women how to tie ties.
Yes.
1% of men know how to tie ties.
Wow, and probably 0.01 of women, right? Because I know with the bow tie, I'm like, okay, just hook it, but when I see this, and it's funny because my high school in Jamaica, we had straight ties. It was a little broader, and we tied, and the knot was here. But I understood the basics of a tie as a child. Because high school, was, I think we were 10 or 11. We didn't have middle school or junior high, so we went straight from elementary. So I was a little, unfortunately a skirt, purple skirt, white shirt, but in a tie. So I knew a straight tie, but the bow tie until recently. So yeah, so you're saying you want to help people.
I want to teach women how to tie ties.
Yes.
I'm a teach men too.
Yes.
But what's sexier to have a woman tie a tie?
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna set a date. Maybe we do something in a video about that, 'cause that would be cool, to share that. So I know you also do a non-for-profit.
Yes. I formed a non-for-profit. Originally it was called Prescod Kids. It's now DBA'd at Bowtie Kids because I'm joining the both of them together.
Good.
And it's about supporting, empowering, and nurturing kids and their family that suffer with chronic pain to help secure a better life. And that was formed because I myself has navigated a journey of chronic pain. And the universe was knocking on my door. And I finally answered. And there's a great need for it. There's really a great need for it. Imagine, I tell people, imagine having a headache and you're hurting all day long. You're fatigued, you're frustrated, you don't want anybody to talk to you. Imagine living with that 24/7.
Yeah, no, that's tough.
Yeah.
How do you find the people, like the children? Is it with a particular hospital or how does it work?
So right now what we decided to do is really partner with some hospitals. We decided to we're going to cover all areas of people with chronic pain, but we're so new on the ground right now that we're going to focus on kids that suffer with cancer. And
wow.
And just kind of go into that niche until we kind of work some of the kinks out. But we're not going to turn anybody down. So as people come in, they're going to work with us. We're going to work with them. But really, schools, we've been trying to work on a pilot program for the before and after school program, the Broward school system.
Okay, good.
So we're working through that process right now also.
Wow, thank you. This is this great work you're doing. Wow. And let's talk a little bit about how you find the time to do everything. I'm serious. Because this is, because you're getting clients as a health insurance consultant, and then you started a new line, Bowtie, and then you're very involved in the chamber.
That's right.
And then you're doing so how do you do it?
I didn't know how I did it before Tracy came on.
Oh, here we go. Behind every great woman.
Most of the mornings actually I'm up at 4 o'clock.
Wow, okay.
And I really try to start my day with centering, meditation,
good,
setting my intentions, being grateful.
I like that, yes.
And I'm on my journey.
That's a great process. So you're not checking Facebook?
Not first thing in the morning.
Right,
no.
yeah. I used to do that on social media or check my emails, so now I try to not look at it for a while. I want to get a clock because sometimes I'm but I want to know the time. And my clock became my phone.
So I have those notifications on silent.
Okay, yeah. Yes, so that's a good process.
We're looking for some help right now. I need an intern assistant.
Okay. So anybody wants to work with Karen? Where are you? The area is Fort Lauderdale, or is it online? Anybody can help you online, or definitely reach out to Karen. You see, she's very busy. You probably want to volunteer to help her, right?
Yeah, she's some volunteers right now.
Yeah, doing a whole lot of work in the community. How are we on time, guys?
6 minutes.
Okay, great. We have a lot more time. Thank you for joining us. Ari Safar has joined. Anne-Marie has joined. Thank you so much. Any questions? We have with us, for people who have just joined, we have with us Karen Prescod. She is also the Bowtie Girl, spelled G-U-R-L. If you want to, we have the links here if you want to know more about her. Okay, we have a question in the studio. Okay, great. If you want to know more about everything that she does, we have everything in these links, right? Everything is in here. So, okay, we have a question. What's the question?
As leaders in the community, how do you guys stay engaged, and who inspires you and what inspires you to keep doing what you're doing?
That's a great question. You want to go first? I go first. Since I've been hitting you with so many questions.
You can go ahead, take that one.
Well,
first.
I'll tell you what inspired me to start really was that I had a long journey just to accept myself. And I didn't see a lot of people like myself. I didn't really see a reflection. So a lot of the work that I do is to bring visibility, to share stories. So that's what drove me to do it. What keeps me driven, I think part of it is madness. No, but it just feels, I say madness because sometimes I feel like, why do I stay very driven? Part of it is just I think it's a calling. I say madness in a way because part of it is like I feel like I can't help myself. Like it's something I have to do. You know, it's a priority for me more than earning a living, as crazy as it may sound. More than anything, it's like, you know, it's just a priority for me to do this work. When I do things like Thou Art Woman and I see how people appreciate that space, like that to me just feels so good and so rewarding. And this feeling, so much people like, wow, there's nowhere else like this, or this is the first time I perform, or this is where I could be myself. Some people meet someone there. And then with this, I love to share these stories. Someone messaged me, probably over the weekend. She tunes in every week. And she said, because of you, I came out. And I was like, wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was choked up, you know, to hear that. And then quite a few people messaged me to say, hey. So really just like, it's so inspired to share like my life and other people's stories, to inspire other people to really live authentically. In the end, that's what it comes down to, like, to be able to live your life. Yes. Karen.
I love to see growth. I love to see people empowered. We struggle so much with fear and judgment.
Yes.
And I've been through a downward path in my life where I've been through depression, I've been through attempted suicide, I've been through not wanting to be here on this earth anymore, and hence the reason why Both Had Kids was formed. And knowing that when I open up, a lot of us go through the same thing, and to know that it's okay, and there's strength in vulnerability, and it's okay to be human. And from that path, I realized that, you know what, I actually became stronger. And you talk about a calling. There's definitely a calling, and there's a drive to want to see some growth. I want to see people rise to the top with raise their self-esteem, their self-value, their self-worth, and just know that they can accomplish anything they want to do. So I think for me, it's definitely a calling, and it's a drive to see people grow and get better, and to see us have less judgment in the world. Because whether you're judging me because I'm gay, or because I'm black, or because I'm a woman, because I dress this way, it's all judgment. And we all struggle with that at some point, right? I can sit here and say I'm at a better place today, but I still struggle with that, right? You judge your own self. Instead of being more self-acceptance.
Right.
So I think it's a calling for me, and I definitely like to see growth. And I think I have leadership is what I was put on this face to do, because I like identifying things in people even when they don't know it's there, and help get it to the next level. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think
someone said amen, message for me.
Oh, yes, you see, like by sharing our stories, I'd like you saying like the challenges you had, you know, makes a big difference, you know. So much people have had these challenges, and, you know, for people to see you here doing all these things, you know, and showing like your humanity. And yeah, like you say about judgment is something that stops us so many times in just being ourselves, you know. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Any other questions before I'm going to wrap up with my...
What do you do for self-care?
Well, my morning starts with meditation.
That's self-care.
I juice.
Oh, good.
I work out. And those are the things I make sure I do. That's why I take care of me. I love spending 2-3 hours in the morning with myself.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
I love that. Yes. I'm working on that. Sunday mornings, I go to the beach by myself. And I spent years going with my sons and a group of people, my girlfriend, anybody. We've just always gone. And so recently, you know, I was like, I just want to go and have that space and time, and no rules when I get there. Whether I want to read, write, walk, leave my phone in the car, whatever. Just like this, you know, to have that. I want to read more though. So yeah, but it's important to work on that, especially when you're doing all these things.
Yeah, I love reading too, you know, but I really do love meditation. I have to, sometimes I'm like, oh, 1 hour is not enough, but I really just love, you know, just being there with peace. It's very peaceful.
I need to work on that, because meditation for me, if it's like 6 minutes, I'm like, is that up yet? So I need to. So when I hear 1 hour, I'm like, wow. I need to get to 15 minutes. So, and then half an hour, and then
you start with 60 seconds. You know, you start with where you are.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna start
I've
working on it.
a lot of things about, you know, people who are giving back, activists, leaders, and all that. And a lot of times we don't have that component of self-care.
Have to have it.
So that's why I asked, because that's something I've been looking at, and I know it's like really important, because we could just run ourselves ragged.
Yes.
We can.
Then we're not here to, it's like that concept, like you're not here to really help other people if you can't like take care of yourself first. So yes, so I'm gonna wrap up. I have a few questions for you, which I call, what do I call them? Queer conversation questions, closing questions. Let me start with what makes you laugh?
Tracy makes me laugh, right, Tracy?
That's
Like,
good.
for real. I was just telling her the other day, because I was looking, I was like, man, wow, it's so nice to have my heart just open and just be able to just crack up about
That's
anything.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
You know? And we just laugh about anything. So it doesn't really, not anything particular that makes me laugh. It could be nothing that makes me laugh.
But you guys,
You know,
she's over there
Or
cracking
just
up
kind
now.
of saying silly things that makes us laugh, or just
Yeah.
laughing at myself, laughing at her, she's laughing at me, and
So- I
not
love it.
taking life too serious.
Right.
You
I
know.
love that. I love it.
Oh,
Okay. What's sexy?
baby, I love legs,
Okay. Legs.
personality,
Mm-hmm.
strength. Those things are sexy to me. Confidence. You step back and look at that, you could just admire it. You know, that's to me, that's hot.
That's sexy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yes. And then final, what's so great about being, usually it's queer, but I'm going to say Karen Prescod.
What's so great about being me?
Or what's the best thing about being yourself?
My acceptance for who I am. I accept me completely for who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't get clouded in what anybody else thinks about me.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, great to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Please support Karen and all the ventures and everything she's doing. If you have more questions, you can ask them here. We'll try to answer your questions. And tune in every Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST to Queer Conversations. I'm G, your host of Verity TV. Thank you for tuning in. Keep tuning in. Thanks again, Karen.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye. There we go.
No, don't push again.
Why are we not pressing it yet? I know.
Every time.
I know. And it's still not stopped. I'm just, okay, let me use my strength.